Have you ever wondered if our planet is much older than we believe? What if monstrous and colossal titans dwell in the depths of the ocean, waiting for the right moment to awaken? That is a question that many have asked for millennia, and now I will reveal the truth to you. Imagine an ancestral being so colossal that its very existence defies all logic. SCP-169, known as Leviathan, is a gigantic creature that rests in the darkest depths of the ocean, a giant whose body spans kilometers beneath the waters. For many, this creature is just a myth, a legend of the seas. But what you are about to discover is that it is not a story. It is real. SCP-169 has existed since time immemorial, and although it has remained dormant for millennia, the threat of its awakening is one of the best-kept secrets of the SCP Foundation. In this video, we will unveil the most chilling truths about this creature. And believe me, what you think you know about this Leviathan is not what you imagine. The Leviathan is not simply a beast. It is a force of nature, so immense that its mere movement could cause cataclysms on Earth. What few know is that SCP-169 might be starting to move, and if that happens, the result would be devastating for humanity. For years, the SCP Foundation has tried to contain this threat, but keeping a creature of such size under control is an impossible task. We are talking about a being so large that the islands and land masses we know could merely be tiny dots on its body. SCP-169 has been documented as one of the oldest beings ever recorded by the Foundation. It is believed that its existence dates back to the dawn of time, and its true nature remains a mystery. Although it has remained inactive, scientists have discovered that the Leviathan seems to be in a state of hibernation, resting in the depths of the ocean. But here is where things start to get darker. Over the last few decades, slight activity has been detected in the areas where SCP-169 resides. Tiny movements, but if amplified, could have catastrophic consequences. Imagine this for a second. SCP-169 fully awakens and begins to move. We are not talking about a small earthquake or waves several meters high. We are talking about an event that could wipe entire cities off the map in a matter of hours. The magnitude of this cataclysm would be unimaginable. Cities like New York, Tokyo, or even small island nations like the Maldives could be erased from existence in the blink of an eye. Foundation experts have predicted that if SCP-169 were to move even a few centimeters, it could trigger tsunamis so devastating that entire island nations would disappear into the ocean. But here comes the most terrifying part. According to some studies, SCP-169 has been slowly moving for years. While these movements are nearly imperceptible to us, scientists have detected an alarming pattern. At first, these displacements were microscopic, but over the last 50 years, they have been steadily increasing. What was once considered mere fluctuations in the seabed is now viewed with growing concern as a sign of potentially dangerous activity. Data collected by marine geologists show that these oscillations have been on the rise, with a 10% increase in recorded activity in the last decade. Computer simulations predict that if this trend continues, we could be facing a disaster that would change the geography of the planet as we know it. This not only implies a physical change in the Earth's surface, but could also unleash an unprecedented humanitarian crisis, affecting millions of lives. World governments, despite their initial skepticism, have begun to pay attention to these warnings. In secret meetings, global leaders discuss evacuation plans and preventive measures, aware that an event of this magnitude could exceed any response capacity. Climate change and natural disaster experts are on high alert, conducting simulations of scenarios where SCP-169 moves forcefully, and the results are devastating. The tension is palpable, and as the world prepares for the worst, the SCP Foundation works frantically to investigate and contain SCP-169. In underground laboratories, experiments and analyses are conducted, trying to find some way to stop or mitigate the threat. However, as time moves on and anxiety grows, the question everyone is asking is, will human effort be enough to confront a threat of this magnitude? The answer remains uncertain, and with each passing day, the shadow of SCP-169 looms over the world, reminding us how vulnerable we truly are to the mysteries of the ocean and the unknown. This is where things get complicated. The SCP Foundation has been monitoring SCP-169 for years, but recently it has faced an increasing ethical dilemma. Some within the Foundation believe that they must attempt to destroy SCP-169 before it is too late. However, Others argue that any attempt to interact with a creature of such size could provoke the disaster they are trying to avoid. And they are not the only ones who think this way. A group of independent scientists has proposed a controversial theory. SCP-169 could be contributing to maintaining the tectonic balance of the Earth. According to this hypothesis, its massive presence at the bottom of the ocean could be stabilizing tectonic plates in a way that we do not fully understand. If this being were disturbed or eliminated, the consequences could be even worse than its awakening. To comprehend the true magnitude of the danger posed by SCP-169, we must remember one crucial thing. We know very little about the ocean. In fact, we have only explored a small percentage of the ocean depths. What other colossal creatures could be lurking down there? SCP-169 could be just the tip of the iceberg. And here is where things get even more chilling. There are indications that SCP-169 is not alone. In recent years, strange phenomena have been recorded in various areas of the deep ocean, including indescribable sounds and inexplicable earthquakes that cannot be attributed to normal tectonic activity. Some scientists believe that these events could be related to other creatures similar to SCP-169, entities that we have yet to discover but could be much closer than we imagine. In the oldest files of the SCP Foundation, there are mentions of a series of sightings recorded over the centuries. What all these reports have in common is the appearance of gigantic creatures in the deep waters, often during or after major earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. In some ancient cultures, there were tales of wrathful sea gods, while in others, beasts that could devour entire mountains were described. A key discovery was made by a group of archaeologists working near the Pacific coast. They found ancient records of a civilization that worshipped a giant being, described as the one who sleeps beneath the waves. This being, according to the legends, controlled the seas and storms, and when it moved, it brought destruction to coastal towns. This finding was studied by the SCP Foundation, and the resemblance to SCP-169 was undeniable. What many do not know is that the SCP Foundation has been preparing a secret plan for decades to deal with SCP-169 in case it awakens. This plan, known as Operation Leviathan, was designed by some of the best scientists and military strategists in the world. But here's the problem. Even they acknowledge that the chances of success are extremely low. The Foundation has developed a set of emergency protocols, which include the evacuation of major coastal cities and the mobilization of a naval fleet equipped with advanced technology. However, some within the Foundation believe that even this would not be enough to stop SCP-169 if it fully awakens. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on what could happen if SCP-169 awakens. According to the most conservative estimates, the movement of a creature of this size could trigger a series of earthquakes and tsunamis so powerful that they could destroy entire countries. Experts estimate that more than 30% of the global population lives in areas that would be directly affected by this event. This is one of the most terrifying things you will ever hear. If SCP-169 awakens, the survival of humanity would be at risk. The consequences would be devastating, not only for the areas near the ocean, but for the entire world. To understand how something as colossal as SCP-169 has remained hidden for so long, we need to delve into the science behind its existence. According to Foundation scientists, SCP-169 possesses a biology completely different from any other known form of life. Its ability to survive for millions of years at the bottom of the ocean is a mystery, but some studies suggest that its body may be in a state of biological hibernation. In simple terms, SCP-169 has been able to slow its metabolism to the point where it barely consumes energy. This state of hibernation has allowed it to live for eons without the need to feed or move. However, if this state is disturbed, the Leviathan could awaken, and with it, unleash chaos. SCP-169 is not just a giant creature. It is a biological entity that defies the laws of nature. What we have discovered about its biology is astonishing, and could change our understanding of the natural world forever. The most important question that the SCP Foundation faces at this moment is, how can something as large and dangerous as SCP-169 be contained? The answer is not straightforward. Some theories suggest that the only way to prevent a global disaster is to develop technology capable of inducing a state of permanent hibernation in SCP-169. However, any attempt to apply this technology would be risky. Even the slightest mistake could awaken SCP-169 and trigger a global catastrophe. So, What can we do in the face of such a large and unknown threat? The SCP Foundation continues to investigate possible solutions, but in the meantime, it is crucial that we keep a close watch on any unusual activity in the oceans. And if you want to continue uncovering the deepest secrets of the SCP world, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we will reveal even more hidden mysteries.